viewers of Sounding Board, and tonight we're going to talk about 20th Century Toys American Finest Police Officer. Yeah, he kind of looks like Mario, or at that time, Saddam Hussein. There's the back of the package, and there's some of the other America's Finest figures they made for it. They had an entire line of firefighters, police officers, SWAT, and they started even making villains for them. They had SWAT copters, SWAT cars, which were just repainted versions of the military. And the villains one was a kind of a cannibalized version of the attack truck for World War II. But this is back in the day where you could save the package to these. It was you're all in or all out. And they came in this secondary carton, but there wasn't so many wires holding them in place, unlike today where you have wires at the ankles. Oh, he has crap on his nose. Which scratched off pretty easy, which is nice for the camera. And here he is. He doesn't have socks, which would have been nice. He looks like he's a street cop. He's got his hat, so he kind of looks like Matt Haggard from Final Fight. And these guys at this time had interchangeable hand packs, so you could have him hold. You could put hands on him that where you could hold the shotgun with correctly. One of the nice things about 20th Century Toys is the interchangeability they had of some parts. And the gun cocks. So they had a playability to them, unlike G.I. Joe at this time. But they could use some extra paint on them though, so they have a little bit more sense of realism, even though they had realistic sculpting to them. And here's what he looks like from the front, the side, the back, the side, and back to the front. I noticed it got a little cheap. They didn't give him his belt right here around his waist, and you don't get his pistol and belt, his officer belt, his street belt with a baton and stuff. And they never released, if I remember correctly, no other police officers other than this one. They had a SWAT officer and a dog officer, and they had the customary police officer belt. But the standard beat cop didn't have it. He just has a riot shotgun, kind of like the police officer from G.I. Joe, who whose story is there to stop bank robbery. He even has a badge right there. Wow. His badge and his hat badge are two different badges. Where is he from? Let's get the magnifying glass, because he's the city of Blackwater Police Department. Now he's points of articulation is the knees, the ankle, but the knee is double jointed actually, but it might break because of the age of the feet. There it goes. Hip, waist. He has two joints in his waist, neck, bald, and he has double joints here, single joint here, and a shoulder joint. So you could do all kinds of stuff with these guys from 20th Century Toys. They actually had a pretty good figure for the time they were on the market from here. And it was just a place just here in California actually, up in the Bay Area. But yeah, did you play with these when they were around in the early 2000s, or did you kind of ignore them and play with G.I. Joe, or what? But until next time, this is the Sounding Board, signing off.